We're Trent and Allie, and we're no stranger to van builds, DIY projects, and design remodels. But our most recent project is putting us to the test.
It's too big. It's a little bit too big.
This episode is sponsored by Omax Health. They make a cryotherapy pain relief roll-on that works wonders on sore joints and aching muscles. But before we tell you about them, today, we're hoping to tackle the most stressful part of this remodel.
And we're not gonna have any problems.
I have you on camera saying that. What started out as a fun morning in the sun is quickly turning into a much bigger project. Did we screw up already?
It looks like it. That's a huge bummer. So I got done taking care of the chickens and the goats, and Allie is out taking care of the garden. How's it coming out here?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you see these guys?
Looks like the spinach is doing well, coming up in little spots.
Also, I think we had defunct potatoes. One potato has like 5 sprouts, but the other ones that we planted have nothing.
I think they're just deeper.
Okay.
I hope.
I hope so too.
Yeah. The beets are doing really well.
And 0 carrots.
And the carrots. Oh! A carrot!
Oh, that's brand new.
1 carrot.
Wow. We're gonna have carrots.
Up until right now, we had all been very disappointed that none of the carrots were sprouting. But there's 1 sprout right there.
These guys' leaves are dying.
No, that was from the freeze.
Oh, wow. Should we prune these?
Those are pruned.
That leaf that's dead?
Yep.
Okay. I can't make decisions before coffee. I honestly never thought I would be so excited to wake up in the mornings at 7 a.m., go outside, get cold and dirty and muddy, feed the chickens, the goats, water the plants before coffee. It does not go along with my personality. I don't do very well in the mornings. I'm on my 2nd cup of coffee now. I'm slowly waking up, and it helps that I'm super excited about what we're doing today. We've been honestly having so much fun renovating and decorating and designing the build on this trailer.
Somebody order a new countertop.
Wow!
This thing's huge.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Maybe you want some help there, bud?
I got it!
What are you doing? You're gonna break it.
How do I look?
Ridiculous. Okay. We've been making a lot of progress. Why are you such a morning person?
So we're getting started today. We've got the butcher block in place. There's going to be some very scary things happening today. The scariest portion of probably this entire build is cutting out the sink.
When we built out our van like 3 years ago, we had this amazing idea to cut a butcher block, place the sink in it, it would have a nice rounded edge. Trent accidentally cut that rounded edge on the bottom side of the butcher block. It was the most traumatizing part of that build for sure. We made it work, but let's not do that today.
I was so worried about cutting the sink out of that butcher block, much like I am about this butcher block, that I tried so hard to like cut the sink so perfect. When you use a jigsaw, you cut from the bottom. So the butcher block was upside down. So then I run the router around the bottom and I look at it and I'm like, ah! It's the bottom! Like, it's just, I was so upset.
Do we have footage of that?
Maybe. If we do, have a look-see. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I just did that to the wrong side. Don't mind my extremely bummy appearance in that last video. Actually, I'm probably starting to kind of resemble that same type of Trent. But anyway, today I'm going to be concentrating, and with Allie's help, we're going to make sure everything is done right. This butcher block is going to come out amazingly, and we're not going to have any problems.
Yeah, I have you on camera saying that.
You ready? It's like a big Christmas present. We can do it together if you want. They taped it on.
Oh, you're right.
Don't they know the glue's gonna seep into this amazing... Oh no! Left a bunch of goo on there. I'm gonna go grab the table and then we'll bring this out and I'll cut that off and then you can...
You want me to do that right now?
Maybe just glue on those right now.
Okay. Did we screw up already?
It looks like it. Pre-test on an inconspicuous area. So I think spraying Goo Gone on the surface here is drastically going to change the look of the wood. Because as you can see now, there's like oil in the bare wood. That's a huge bummer.
It's my fault.
No.
There was some adhesive left on the wood from the tape, and I Goo Goned it really quick to get that adhesive goo off of the butcher block. It's pretty visible right now.
The stain is a darker stain, so the stain should like really help cover it up. It's just really frustrating because you use this because you think it's gonna get the glue off, but then this wood is like raw wood,
yeah,
and it just like absorbs that oil, and then the wood next to it that didn't absorb any oil, it's like very, very obvious.
Yeah.
And it looks like blood spatter.
Just don't put anything on your untreated butcher blocks. Anything. Until you're ready to stain it. That's the lesson here.
We have decided not to use the side of the butcher block that we used the Goo Gone on because the Goo Gone is going to create differences and imperfections, and when we flipped over the butcher block, this side has a lot more variances and a lot more color in it, and I think once it's stained and has some nice poly on it, it's actually going to look better. So I'm going to cut this end off here. It's going to remove this big knot, which could be a problem. Here goes nothing. If you look at this side, it looks all nice and beautiful, has nice colors. If you look at this side, there's Goo Gone all over it. And I think that that would end up looking like crap.
We're trying to turn this huge mistake into both a learning opportunity and also an opportunity to maybe do something a little bit different. And the bottom of this butcher block is actually really pretty. All right, so while Trent is cutting out and measuring the pieces of the butcher block, I am going to test stain. We have pre-stained wood conditioner. As someone with curly hair, I know how important conditioner is, so I can only imagine the wonders that a little bit of wood conditioner will do on a butcher block.
We were young and we were free and running. Never bothered.
What's really convenient is that we have the old countertop that we can use as a template to cut out the stove. One problem is the countertop we're installing is going to have more of an overhang than the original countertop, but we want the stove to be set back the same distance because of the supports that are built underneath. So I'm basically going to have to cut this in around this little notch down here and over there. No problem.
Wait, that's gonna look good?
No,
It's not gonna look good?
nothing I do ever looks good.
Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love.
I think we have this all drawn out correctly, labeled, templated. It's ready to be cut, but we're both kind of just standing around like double and triple checking everything because once we make this first cut, there's zero going back. We are stuck with however it comes out. I'm nervous.
It's just one, it's frustrating to have to cut something like this because it's expensive and it's a delicate piece that needs to look really nice in the end. And secondly, this piece that we have to cut out for the stove actually turns into the bathroom countertop. So we want it to come out nice. Ready?
Who are you?
Here goes nothing.
Whoa, whoa, put a clamp down.
No clamps today, sister.
Oh my gosh. You want me to hold it?
Just going maverick on this one. All right. That's no good. Sorry, you guys probably couldn't see right there.
All right, we're going with the ebony bear stain. Really excited. Trent wanted this wood to be as dark as possible. I think this will look cool, but I'm just hoping it's not too dark, you know?
I'm really just going for a rich mahogany.
We should have got mahogany then.
I tried to get mahogany, you didn't want it.
It probably looked really dark. If this is too dark, I have no problems not using it and getting a lighter stain.
That means we have to go back to Home Depot.
Well, let's see.
Oh, I think it's gonna look really good.
Really?
Yeah. Because it looks really dark right now, but then you're gonna wipe off the excess. And I think it'll lighten up a little bit.
Okay.
And as it dries, it lightens too.
Okay.
I think I actually have no idea, don't tell her. I'm about to show you guys what our flooring looks like.
It's not black. That's the bottom.
This is the bottom. Now, as you can see, our test piece looks very dark. Whoosh! This is what our flooring is gonna look like. A really deep, rich mahogany / walnut. This is what the countertop will look like. You're probably saying to yourself, everything in here is gonna be so dark, but whoop-bam!
Oh, that looks pretty good.
We have a nice white stone backsplash that will be accenting these darker colors.
The only thing I'm a little nervous about is we have a black sink and black faucet.
I think it is too dark, but we're gonna be dark people. This is gonna be a dark trailer. It's gonna be moody. It's gonna be like a glass of vintage port and a cigar, but we don't smoke cigars, so we'll just hold it and then we'll have the port.
Do we drink port?
The unlit cigar. We don't drink port either, but it goes with mahogany and the dark, moody color. I'm really excited to have this is gonna be like
very sophisticated.
A den.
Oh, I like it.
Which is like, I think it's like a British thing.
You know,
like in your castle, you have a den, and it's like where you have a lot of leather-bound books, and you drink and you smoke, and maybe you play billiards.
You know who I think of when I think of who has dens?
Rich people.
Grandpas.
Hey!
Grandpas have dens.
Maybe that was a social status back in the day. It's like once you had a den, you knew you'd made it. So we're just gonna make our whole house a den. It's gonna have green carpeted drapes.
Oh, velvet.
And purple velvet cushions. And we'll have gold laced robes. And
you're mixing styles here.
Our port.
Anyway, I think we are gonna give this stain a go, let it dry fully, see how it looks after an hour. I think we gotta pull out the sink next and just compare colors. I'm a little worried that this is getting really dark, but Trent seems to be excited about it, and that's all that matters, you know?
Yeah, I think while this is drying, the next task is not just to pull out the sink, but to cut out the sink. Now, of course, like everybody else, we got the sink off of Amazon. Generally, a lot of these sinks that can be undermounted will come with a template. You put the template on your butcher block, you trace it, you're good to go. Ours did not come with a template, so I'm doing the best that I can. I am marking out the inside cuts right now, and we're gonna get this puppy underway. I'm nervous.
I know. I don't want.
You want to do it?
No.
I'd much rather have someone else do this so I could yell at them, and forever when there's a mistake I can say, hey, I should have done that.
I've done my fair share of messing things up for today.
Now it's my turn.
I believe in you, if it helps. Just nice and slow.
I'm not impressed. It's just really hard sometimes to keep the jigsaw blades straight. So these edges where they come down are not very straight.
From here it looks great.
Maybe.
This is just another one of those things that no one will notice except for you, the builder. And of course, Trent, the perfectionist, wants it to come out really beautiful and perfect. Sometimes it's not perfect, and that's okay. So we're gonna make the most of it. I know that he's gonna be able to sand it and make it look really nice.
I've been sanding, I've been cutting, I've been pre-staining, staining, polyurethaning. Actually, Allie did the polyurethane, but did the router bit on the top of the cutout for the sink. Gave a nice little 400 grit smoothing to the top surface. There is a spot here we're a little worried about, but I think it's gonna be just fine. I think it's gonna add to the rustic look of it all.
That leathery den.
That leathery den. Our test piece was really small and the grain was going widthways, so it's not enough. It's not enough grain to like tell what this huge countertop is gonna look like. So we're taking the sink cutout, we're making it a bigger test piece.
Spoiler, Trent loves the stain. I think it's a little dark. Hopefully this sink cutout will prove that it's workable and we don't have to buy a new stain. Like, it's a really cool color. It's definitely like blacker than browner.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but it just doesn't match what we already have picked out and bought a ton of, you know? And I think this with a black faucet is too much black.
Yeah, probably.
You know? But that's why you do a test piece. All right, let's try this again. We're gonna give this a shot. We keep continuing to not buy the sample sizes because we're like, yeah, that's the right color. Hopefully this is the right color.
Now we're dealing with Provincial. I'm really excited. This new stain, I think it's gonna be a nice warm brown color that we're looking for.
And you know what? Even if it's not, this is what we're gonna use.
Yeah, we've already made the decision. We're not wasting any more time on the stain. Because at the end, in the grand scheme of things, who really cares that much?
I feel it, I feel it, I feel it. Let's do this. I had one bite of ice cream and I feel refreshed and cool, much better.
The ice cream rejuvenation days.
It really makes a difference. Yeah? Look at that color. Trent, I love it.
I think it looks really, really good.
Really? You like it?
I really like it.
Good.
All right, we found a stain that's gonna work. Now, we've got to start prepping the big countertop.
And I'm gonna let Trent do it because if it comes out bad, I don't want to have to blame myself.
Excuse me?
You got
You're
this.
gonna let me do it?
I'm gonna let you do it.
All right, that is a nice, deep, rich mahogany that we were going for. We're gonna let this set. It takes 4 to 6 hours. Then we're gonna put the poly on, but I think that poly is probably gonna be tomorrow. And I think you guys have had enough for today. Wait. Well, good morning, guys. It is a nice, beautiful, bright and sunny morning. There is no clouds in the sky. I gotta get my chores done before we start working on the camper.
If I was the sunshine, fist fight every storm. Let the whole world free.
How you doing, girls?
Spin and I keep you warm. 'Cause all I need is your smile, nothing more. But if I couldn't have love, I'd let the whole
later.
world pour. I loved you once, and I know I love you still.
Morning,
No, I
girls.
love you still.
A lot of you guys have been saying I should raise the milk stand up so that I don't have to bend over and hurt my back when I milk in the mornings. But this is kind of like a lot of people that keep saying I should build sawhorses. These are things that I should do, but I've got a lot of projects on my hands right now. And this is just not one of the things that's taking a priority.
Colorado films. Know that you once loved them, and probably always will. But we were only
All right, Eleanor.
friends
Nancy,
when I
Isabel.
called you in my soft
Have a good day, girls.
disguise.
has been pretty cool waking up and milking Nancy every day. We've been doing it for a little over a week, maybe 10 days now. We are gathering all of the milk. We are going to start making goat cheese. I'm super excited about that. Now I can start my morning. So the countertop's actually turning out really nice. I'm super excited about it, and before we get started today, I wanted to take a minute to talk to you guys about today's sponsor, Omax Health. Omax makes a pain relief roll-on that's packed with menthol and broad-spectrum CBD. It comes in this roll-on. They make a lotion, they make drops, they even make tablets that you can take. If you have sore muscles or you have stiff joints, this is the product for you. It actually has 10 natural pain-relieving ingredients, and that includes 8.5% menthol, which gives a really cool, relaxing feeling. It's deep penetrating. The CBD helps to block pain receptors, it fights inflammation, and it relieves stiff joints and sore muscles. I get stiff wrists, I get stiff elbows from all of the hard work. I started using this roll-on occasionally, and now I find myself using it pretty much every night. So Omax is doing a huge deal for Trent and Allie fans. If you guys click the link in our description and you use code TRENTALLIE, you get 20% off. So if you guys are interested in trying it, click the link in the description, and thanks to Omax for sponsoring this video.
Trent, this came out so nice. I'm so excited. We have to poly it and seal it today, but I don't even think we need to do a second layer of stain. This looks great.
Yeah, I agree. 1, it's gonna be a lot of butcher blocks in here. 2, it's gonna be a lot of stain and a lot of poly happening today. We should probably be wearing masks, but I think we're just gonna quickly paint, leave all the windows open, and then vacate the premises while everything dries. Beautiful. Real tight. Don't knock the table over, jeez.
I don't know where to hold it.
All you could just sit on it. That's all you have to do. Whoa.
I'm planking. Okay, go. So this is the space that we have to work with. It's really tiny, not very deep, not very tall, and this is the sink that sits on that countertop. I think the sink is too big.
Maybe to the untrained eye.
It's too big.
It's a little bit too big. But we're gonna make it work because we're gonna have to bathe a baby in here. I'm kidding. But maybe we'll bathe Frank in here, I don't know.
And we're just gonna have zero counter space.
But it is a little bit big. It's all right, we got a huge counter over there. We don't need counter space. Toothbrushes and your hair brushes and all your makeup and stuff can go inside the little vanity mirror. So we're maximizing the space. Let's just put it that way, we're maximizing the space.
You know how I know Trent does not know me very well? We've been dating almost 4 years. We've been engaged for 1 as of today. Congratulations, happy anniversary. I don't own any hairbrushes.
It's true. She never brushes her hair. Everybody that wonders why her curls are so beautiful, it's because a brush never, ever, ever has ever even gone through Allie's hair, nor will it go through Allie's hair. So maybe the brushes are for me. I'm sorry.
When the morning's standing at your door, brighter than our mornings come before. Don't be late, my dear. Life won't wait, my dear.
Trent had to run to the hardware store while the stain and the poly layer was drying on our countertops, and I guess he forgot to close the gate and the goats were out of their pasture. Trent,
Well,
what did you do?
I had to go get mineral spirits so that we could clean this brush. And let's just say when I pulled the truck back here to unload some stuff, I didn't close the gate.
I guess the neighbor told Gloria, hey, your goats are in the road. And Gloria was like, what? That's not possible. And it was possible because Trent left the gate open.
But it's a good thing because the goats identify the pasture as like home and they know it's safe. So when I saw them out grazing on the side of the road and in the street, I just kind of started walking towards them, and when I got close, they were like, ah! They just ran directly back into the pasture, so.
What were they like? They were actually trying to tell us, hey, Trent and Allie, your countertops are done. It's time to come back out here and get back to work. And guess what? This looks awesome. So this has one coat of poly on it. We'll probably do one more coat right now. And over here, these just have stain on them. We're gonna wait a few more hours before we do our first coat of poly. It's so hard because when you're living in a tiny space, a van or an RV or whatever, the countertop is really one of the main focal points of that space. And so the pressure that comes with making a show-stopping, gorgeous countertop is like insurmountable. And I think both of us are just like trying to not let that pressure get to us, but also definitely have a countertop that we're proud of. I think it's gonna come out okay. We stumbled a little bit along the way, which is just our luck with countertops, but I have faith.
Yeah, it's definitely the most stressful part of the remodel or a build or anything like that, I think, is the countertop. Making it nice. Generally,
and you get one shot, that's why.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
would be really expensive if you wanted 2 shots.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think we did a pretty stand-up job. Once we get the sink mounted in there, we'll really be able to tell whether it's perfecto or not. But I'm satisfied with it.
I think you did great.
We made quick work of a frustrating job.
I'm glad this is almost over. I'm really glad.
The stress levels are draining.
Woo! Yeah.
But anyways, it has been a blast doing the countertops, cutting the butcher blocks, staining and sealing the butcher blocks. Hopefully you guys had a good time coming along on this adventure with us today. If you guys liked this video, make sure you show us by giving us a thumbs up. Subscribe to Trent and Allie if you haven't already.
Thanks again to Omax Health for sponsoring today's video. We really appreciate it. Click the link in the description if you want to check out their deal for 20% off.
And we will see you guys on the next one.
Adios!
When the morning's standing at your door, brighter than all mornings come before.